G'day, I'm Owen. Welcome to the grand final of the X Cup, and we are going to not mess around. We are going to go straight into this game. Let's get this show on the road. Just loading in. Better make sure you can see it. Let's do this. So we have Art Xy. And then we've got our player here, which I believe is Russian, and I believe it stands for evil or vicious bush. Now exactly what that means, I don't know. I don't know what this player is trying to say, but let me know if I'm right about that. If we do have our Russian player here in the game, and old Artie, there's got to be a thing with that as well, but let's just see. This is for all the marbles. This is a best of 3. We're going to see how this game plays out, and I'm super excited that we are casting this particular final. And look at this map, they are close together. This is going to be fast and furious, I would suggest. So the scout for old call him vicious. Don't want to spend the whole game calling bush or the whole series. So he's vicious against Art. We see the scouts have crossed each other across the map, but look at what old vicious over here has done. They've picked up the deer. Is that a horse? No, that's another deer. Yeah, not seeing it. That's all good. We must have different deer where I come from. Art's going for a very standard opening, just building up the old house line. So probably knowing this is a small map now, and therefore making sure that no sneaky attacks coming in. But look at this little sneak. There's little bludger here, he's coming in. Where's our rock dude? There he is. Oh, he's just stopped. Well, the rock dude was pretty hopeless. Very, very little damage done to that scout very early on. Also seeing some workers running across the map. I think they're going to go for the cows that are here, I think. I think they're fairly safe as well. I haven't seen any wild animals on this map. Are there wild animals on this map? That is a good question. Perhaps there isn't. Maybe that was one of the modifications made to the maps. So, someone can let me know if they are aware of that. I always find rushing out early to try and get that food that's out there can be rather problematic. Yeah, if you run across a tiger or a lion or something like that, which will take you out very quickly. Now, because I can't speak that language, I don't know what's being said, so I'm just turning off the chat. Now, Art has managed to do a good scout too, and we have the semicircle of houses. Won't help you that much though. Particularly when your temple is over here. So this is going to be your main building. At this stage, Art, I don't think, has built a temple yet anywhere on the map. We only have the altar. Spreading out early, both these players. Chasing around, making sure that they are getting the food supply up. But now here we go. We do have a early expansion into fight pits. And that means the boulder dudes will be hitting the map. The warriors, they call them in the game. But seriously, look at them. They like to show off their muscles. Come on. Oh, no, no, no. There's no time for exercise. It is time to go. Said I expected this to be quick, and I'm assuming that's possibly going to be the case. What do we have? We've got a couple of fight pits. And we have the slingers out. Now, I'm pretty sure, and I could have got this wrong. Now, and I will have to go double check this, but I'm fairly sure now I casted the playoff for third, so I won't spoil it, but I may have got slightly wrong what happened there in that particular game, because We could have one of these players in this best of 3 series. But we've got lots of slingers going up against some rock dudes. And this is where it's all going to be, but... No. The rock dudes have given up on the slingers. What are they chasing? Oh, they're going to get rid of this tower. But maybe not. Look at this pushback. Oh, that tree fell on him. So regrouping here by Art. But Vicious is not giving up on this. They're pushing on out. This is definitely a rock versus slingers battle. Cleaned up one stray worker. And it looks like the showdown is going to be right here at this choke point. And the Warriors have stopped. The slingers are throwing, but the Warriors have got close enough in. And check this out. We do have the age up, but I think the Warriors getting on top. Now the workers are having to dive in and help out, so definitely the Warriors were winning. Now with the workers able to throw their spears, I would say that this initial attack is being stifled. And those slingers proved very effective. But it did take a fair bit of micro there. Got a couple of straggler warriors. We'll just get a high view on that. And the slingers sorted that out. And so Vicious is having to regroup, so sending all the warriors back home. Gonna just rethink about this. Are we seeing an upgrade? Now in our fight pits here. Still only producing slingers, and lots of them, by the way. Let's go down and check what Vicious is working with. Vicious has got more supply. Is this the time to push out? But they could be careful. If they push out right now, Art could come around the back and attack into this town and therefore make some serious damage. Oh, could this be... Now, not knowing what the other player's doing, I think Vicious is taking their time, but I think they're walking away from these warriors. We do have a scout in the middle of the camp, just chilling. And away we go. So Vicious is running across the map with all of their slingers. They'll come across this first. And we're not seeing too much being built here. Just a Stone Age fight pit. No production by the looks. Vicious is at full population. Still producing, but not producing any units, but we are moving around the map, so the player hasn't disconnected. I'm just a bit confused here. Is there a strategy here I don't know about? But definitely Vicious is now in amongst the main town, and he's only got to take out this building, and this is game number 1 down. But here we go. Artists decide to go for the sneaky attack inside the main base. But there's enough slingers in that back here to hold them off. With no production, I think Vicious is just going to run around and ensure this victory. We've got a lot of workers running away. Is that to spread the forces? I don't know. But what? We now have slingers finally coming out of these buildings. But is it too late? The Vicious is starting to run away. I don't know if that's the play. I'm no guru, but I just don't think that's the way I'd be going about this. I think I'd be concentrating my forces back here in the main town. And I think we are going to see an extra push by Vicious. We've got a few warriors just standing by, but they're not doing much. Mind you. Oh, well, no, they could have been pushing in. We've got workers trying to take on slingers. It's not always best. And it is appearing that Vicious is just trying to make sure of this win. I'm pretty sure Vicious will probably have this one beat. There are lots of warriors coming out, but Art doesn't have at the moment the population to fight Vicious. We're now trying to slow up the population. This is just going to be the low and slow grind, basically. Just ensure that you are taking out everything so that the other player can't come back into this. However, across the map, we've got the Warriors, and they have come out to play. And if you don't know that reference, I apologize, but we are going for the all or nothing. This is, dare I say it, the YOLO. Got the repair coming in for Vicious. Art's trying to take out these workers. But there's enough static defense to hold them back. Well, that was an interesting play. As I said, we are seeing the slow takedown of everything. Mind you, Art hasn't given up. Regrouped with workers. I mean, with warriors, with the rock dudes. But it's not going to be enough. Oh, the race is on. Oh my goodness. So Art's decided to try and thin out some of these slingers with the workers along the way and hold them back. Whilst himself launching the counter-attack on Vicious. That's one house down and we continue on going. But we now have archers out. So we're seeing the technology upgrade. And if these are archers, we still have a lot of slingers, but still there's too many of them. Just too many. For Art to be able to hold up to this, so he's needing to run away, as you can see. Poor Art's warriors. They're running on in, but they're not going to go too far. Dare I say, that was rather vicious. Where is Art sitting? Wow, they've still got the population. They're not that far behind. Like this isn't over. Despite this building sitting out in the middle of nowhere, Art could still catch up here. We see the Bronze Age on the way. Or going out of Bronze Age, I should say, for Vicious. Now these archers, combined with a couple of slingers, but the archers are what can do the damage. Now if you're familiar with this channel, I will tell you... Oh, look at this rush. They're running. They are off to the right. Oh, we've got a lot of warriors. Is that enough? I think we're going to see. Well, I am surprised. So, Art, where are you taking them? It's like they're just going to have a little discussion out the back here. There has to be a reason for this troop movement. Don't know what it is, but there's got to be a plan here. It's gone deeper than I thought it would this game. I'm just seeing one unit type for each side, and they're committed to that. They're committed to that bit, and it looks like will come in again. Oh, hang on, we're upgrading. What are we upgrading to? We've now got spearmen. Could this be the play? Just have a few slingers amongst the archers. So Art is sitting at 116 population, and Vicious is only at 110. But here we go. Is this the big final push? The spearmen are running back. They've split the warriors and the spearmen up. The archers don't know which way to turn, and so they've decided to take to higher ground. Now, seeing those spears would definitely concern Vicious, because the spearmen will take down that temple very quickly. Unlike the archers. So if they decide to do what is known as a base trade, I'd now put my money here down. If not that I bet, but if I did, I'd put it down on Art. And we're upgrading in the last of them, but while they're upgrading, we've got Vicious coming in, and this is going to prove to be not good. Oh, they've made it. So now we have more spearmen out. Not prepared to stand up to the volley of arrows and rocks coming at them, and so it is time to flee to the hills, or down the hill in this case. And we are using up a good portion of this map, but not for mining, not for resources. But they're using the whole game board in this one. Now, is there a plan to drag all these army away for some reason? Look at this, we've got heavy spearmen out. Looks like they've been on some juice, these guys. Been on the gear maybe you shouldn't pump into yourself by the look of them. They are very heavy, very big. And it looks like we are getting rid of the slingers as well, so we're moving up. So the spearmen in this mix for Vicious is quite the good move. That should counter any of Art's ground units. And these archers are knocking down these old age buildings pretty quick. And I think we will have to dive down to Vicious's base in a second, because this could be the all or nothing coming. I think Vicious has suspected this. That's a good Guardian Tower. So I'll see this attack coming and be able to rally the troops back at the main base. And these, I thought they weren't going to worry about the arrows, but they are. They're taking down the archers pretty quick. But deciding to run past, is this the plan? Should they stop and take that? You let me know down in comments. Would you have tried to take out these archers, or are you just going to run straight in and go for the big building? I think this is the play. Let's keep an eye on the health of that. This could be a worry. It's now down under 1,000 health. It is halfway down. It is all for this. The repair is coming in. And that repair is holding. The repair is going to work. Art needed to start taking out some workers, but that is not going to happen. And Art's forces are gone. Well, that was a good play. I have to applaud it. I would have probably tried something similar if I had the ability to get up to that level. And also that running around up the top, I couldn't understand it. Now I do. Probably wanted to send all of Vicious, his units across the map, and then you might have had the chance, because without all those archers there, a spearman could have taken down the temple. But now it's time for Vicious to come back and show just why they are in this grand final. I would say that play by Art would have taken down almost anybody. And again, if you disagree, let me know in comments. What are we doing here? We're just checking. So they're just hanging 5. Don't have much production coming out. So I think this is going to be the run around and mopping up the buildings. Make sure nothing else can build so that you can just finish this one off. So I would say, let's just check Art's population. He still has 59, but I'd say most of them are workers. Haven't given up. Still building barracks and getting some archers out. But I think the amount of forces now coming through for Vicious is going to be the decisive factor. I'd say here in Axe Cup, we may be limited to certain technologies and so forth. I'm not 100% sure. That, I believe, was a good game. And down go the buildings. Perhaps we are now just finishing everything off. But now as we load in to the next game, so that is 1 to Vicious. And I will just say, sorry, I was just getting myself prepped and ready for the next game, which I will still be doing. But I want to thank Little Prince for sending me these replays. He was the organizer of this tournament, and I really do appreciate it. I absolutely panicked earlier when I went to cast these games, and I'll tell you why. Because the war selection service had gone down, and I tried to load the game, and it was showing me the same game every single time. And I'm like, no, and it wasn't one of these games. And I'm like, that can't be good. But anyway, give some love to the war selection team. It's a great game. I think it deserves more attention myself. So, I mean, that's just my spiel on that. But right now, we are going to load in to another game. The second game in our best of 3. Who is going to take this one out? And I have an error message, which can never be good. That is okay. We don't need to worry because, yes, we do need to worry. Maybe we don't need to worry. I'm not sure. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I am back into this game and I do apologise. I was totally confused because I actually thought I'd casted this as the playoff for 3rd. But I was wrong. No, it definitely was different. It's just that with this server issue that I saw, I wasn't sure if that was exactly the case. And a lot of these openings look the same. So I just had to go back and double check. Now, I'll let you know what I'm planning to do is cast some more War Selection. Definitely got that in the works. I'm looking to launch out there on Twitch at one point as well. That's probably coming because I've just got some things going on. I probably won't get to that straight away. It's like our scouts are going to cross, as they often do. Look at that big bludger. He's all right. So they've seen the cows. So obviously no wild animals on these maps. So that must have been a thing with the cup. So you can run out freely to get food. That is fair. That will speed up the games as well. You're not having to take your time and build farms and so forth because you can get food around the map. And again, these houses used as a bit of a early defense. Bit of water out here on these maps. Just keeping my eye on a few things as well. And as I said, still learning the craft of casting. But getting into a decent game where something is actually on the line here. This is for all the marbles. If Vicious wins this, that is X Cup champion. But if Art can win this, that is loading into a 3rd game. Just still double checking. Cool. Definitely we are in the game. Again, I just had issues because the War Selection server was playing up and it said maybe not everything was recorded. So I was just making sure this was the 2nd game of the tournament and that that something really weird hadn't gone on. I now have full confidence so I can get straight into focusing on this cast. So thank you for your patience. And also let me know in comments what other games you would like to see. If there's another War Selection tournament coming up, absolutely let me know. I'm trying to do some casting for some other real-time strategies, but if the appetite is there for more War Selection, I will definitely keep my focus here. Now we're seeing a very similar strategy. The outward push for these fight pits, which turn into barracks and so forth. So will we see another warrior versus slinger, where we're getting slingers coming out of the fight pits? So this could be a very similar game to the first one, but will we have a different result? Let's turn and take a sip of the Mr. Happy juice. It is just a bit of cordial, by the way. Flavoured water for people that don't know what cordial is. So we've got 2 scouts. So this time Art is had a good look around. Missing Vicious. Pushing on out. And with these slingers, they'll come across the fight pits pretty quick. Going for a different strategy this time. So we see the difference in play here. So Vicious builds back at the base, back at the home ground, whereas Art likes to push forward, get the units already halfway across the map before you start building them, so they got less to run, but your buildings are a bit undefended, and look how many fight pits we've got. And we've gone slingers this time. It's slingers versus slingers. Total change up in strategy. That has given Vicious pause for thought. Do they keep coming in or do they back away? Taking out a few more cows. Down they go. Now I think Vicious thinks they've got the numbers, so they're pushing in. And there's a whole pile more slingers coming in behind, except Art can replenish theirs quicker, and we see them coming out of the barracks, and they're joining the forces. So even though it looks like the numbers are the wrong way at the moment, they'll soon turn around. And Vicious has to bring his from across the other side of the map, while Art can just keep punching them out of these buildings. And more are appearing for Art, and less are appearing for Vicious, and down they go. Vicious decides it's time to turn tail and run, and the slingers are trying to get their last of their shots in, but no, it's looking like by stopping and throwing, it gave the speed advantage there to Vicious, and they've been able to return home. But are we going to see a quick transition up to archers now? We just caught poor old scout getting taken out. Just trying to see where we've got. Where have we placed our temple? Still only have slingers, but it's slingers that are coming in for Art. See, temple is at the back here, or the elder house. Let's go to this engagement. I think Art caught Vicious by surprise. Oh, and more went down, but still. Now the advantage definitely goes to Vicious because they're at home base. So they will replenish their units quicker. See, now this is smart. Putting in a bit of a wall. Remembering last game, Art tried all sorts of avenues to get inside the main building. I'm totally bemused. Where on earth? Is the big kahuna building? I'm just not seeing it. If you see it, heading it all the way down here in the back corner. That's a play. It's a risk. It's a massive risk. Now, it took me ages to find it, and I'm looking at the mini-map, so that's true. You might point that out and say, well, Owen, not a bad ploy. But if Art is able to sneak around and find that early doors, early game, it could be a risky move, but we'll see. Again, I apologise for that early hiccup with this cast, but you get that on the big jobs, because here we go. I think Vicious has got the numbers. I'm seeing more red than blue, and I think Art's realised that and had to turn around. Don't want to lose all those units that quickly, but look, there is more pouring across the map. Still slingers, still in the Stone Age. Are we going to see the level up? Because in War Selection, if you're new to this and you're just watching this cast and you're unfamiliar with the game, then this is literally what it is. You get to select your technology tree as you go through. You don't choose it at the start. I mean, I play StarCraft 2 and people get upset because I play random and they want to know what you're up against. Well, see, in this game, you never know. So you can choose any nationality as you go through. So when you're playing, you all start off at the same base level, and then you choose how you level up. And then it takes one particular piece of technology. So if these guys turned into archers, well, they're just going to chew through these blokes real quick, and vice versa. But then you might go for air later, because you can get to aeroplanes and everything in this game. And if the other person has just solely gone ground, well, you have a massive advantage. But here we go. Still with slingers. They got the big spread on them. So it looks like a horde coming down the mini-map. But we are also seeing defense here. Oh, they're just running straight into him. They've got to turn around. Have to turn around. There was a lot of rocks being thrown at the guys for Art. But it is looking like Vicious isn't being so vicious. Now, this could be correct. Holy, that was loud. We are starting to see the upgrades come in for Vicious Bush. Now, Vicious Bush could refer to turtling in this game. Hiding amongst the trees, hiding amongst the bushes, and then jumping out at people. And so perhaps that's the gameplay for this player. Let me know, again, in comments. Tell me what you think. What does this name mean? I'm not Russian, obviously, so and tell me if it is Russian. I'll put that up on the screen. I mean, that could be Russian. I don't know. Never read Russian before. Well, never probably have, but just not understood what I was reading. Here we go, slingers with archers. It's just an observing tower. But that would give Art the advantage to see what's coming at them. And they know that there's archers amongst these slingers. And look what we've got over here. We've now got archers. Down goes that observing tower. The Guardian Tower, though, will act as a static defense. So it's shooting out some arrows along with the archers. Vicious has decided it's time to try and take this. And here we go. We've split up. We're running in parallel now. Art's decided they're going to have to protect their main base. Why do you have to be so vicious? Is probably what Art's thinking. Decided to take the fight amongst all of these buildings and then bringing out spearmen. So they've lulled the slingers and the archers in. And now some close-up ground units are able to come and go for the big either stabby, pokey attack. And that's going to take down the forces of Vicious, and they've had to turn and run. They're being chased because the spearmen, they might catch a couple. Just giving them a couple of quick pokes on the way past, but I don't think they're going to lose any units. Oh, they've turned around. They've said you're not doing it, so we'll send a few shots your way. But also, no major damage done. That was just letting them know, don't keep chasing us. You just go back to your cave. Looks like all the slingers will turn into archers right now. And we got spearmen joining the fray for Vicious. Wonder what these workers are up to. They must have a plan. Building some guardian towers, but looks... Spearmen have got to the corner of this semicircle, taking out a few archers. The workers were sent with a job to build, and yeah, that didn't work out. This all credit to this bloke. He was brave. I said, we don't like where you're going to build that, so we're going to just build it up here on the hill a little, and yeah, have at it. But the Guardian Tower for Art is just keeping Vicious away. Is this Guardian Tower going to go up? I think it is. Yes, it has, and they've managed to get inside the Guardian Tower. So the spearmen weren't too worried about that. They just kept on running. That has left Vicious. Just go up and have a look. But they're not pushing. They're not committing to anything crazy at the moment. But every little possible gap has been blocked off there by Vicious. So they've snuck their main building down in the back corner of the map. They're fairly confident that that's going to be nice and solid. Oh, we got these bludgers now. Swordsmen. They're pretty strong. Now I'm suggesting in this final that units are the premium. You can't take too many big battles. Can't lose too many units all at once. You can replenish pretty quick. But sometimes defense is the better part of valor. I know the expression is discretion, but you get my point. They definitely don't want that observing tower there. They don't want to be seen. So we got the heavy spearmen in. So we've got the beefed up spearmen taking on the beefed up spearmen. And the archers at the back, but the swordsmen are coming in and they're saying, well, we've got a little bit of extra steel. And that is cutting through the spearmen very, very quickly. But still, Vicious needs to retreat. No one's prepared to bomb dive into this. Keeping the units where they need to be. When we look at that, going to see some more technology going up. Now we have a bit of a stalemate in the middle of the map. Which does appear to happen sometimes in War Selection. You'll have one spot where everyone decides this is the hill you're going to fight on. And they will fight over that one piece of territory for the entire game. And I've cast some games that have gone for a fair long time. And they're fighting over millimeters on this map. Vicious is going for the run around, probably to see if there's a weak spot. Art is maybe going for a look around. Have they seen something? Oh, this is going to come down. Oh, there's a gap there. That is not walled in. And this is on. But we've got upgraded archers. And that is proving not good. Mind you, we've now got the Squatto out. And oh, this Squatto. They're pretty tanky. Art is stuck at 120 population, whereas availability-wise, Vicious can get a lot more and is now in and amongst the workers. Now, that does not mean this game's over, but it does mean that Vicious has the advantage. Has not been hiding in the bushes in this game that those poor workers are trying to. One guy got away with it, and he's chasing those archers back. Look at him go. Okay, they've now realised he was there. So, anyway, he was having a crack. And now this is going to be crucial in the game. Well, Vicious's archers stand up. Well, they're trying, but they won't get very far. And the good old Squatto's coming in, taking out some houses. Just like, while we're here, love what you've done to the place. Let me just make some minor improvements. In fact, I think this place looks better without walls. What do you think? Your roof is now on the ground. It's perfectly good for people that are very, very short, or you just like living horizontally. That is also an option, but they're coming over now to say good day to these workers. Okay. Oh, they're getting in amongst them. They're saying, you guys aren't armoured, so we're just going to take you off the board. So it's like the pawns going up against a queen in chess. You find those weaker pieces. I mean, they do serve a use, so you want to take them out, particularly in this game, because they will keep your economy going. And if you slow down the economy, you slow down the entire work or ideas that the other player is trying to get done. But Vicious has definitely got the lead, I would say. And Art is a little bit supply block. Still now, again, jumped straight back up to 120. But it's not enough. Not against Vicious. Has got 129 with more available. Could be building more, but needs food. Food is critical now. Still, more units pushing out for Art. I mean for Vicious. Good old barnyard. Lots and lots of goats. Let's just check the economy there for Art. Art now has been able to jump up in population and has got plenty of food. Wood is their choke point, slowing them down from getting more production going. Vicious is close to being supply capped. Needs some more houses. So we've got the Eastern European, and that's just wheat. Trying to get their wheat done. Obviously, they're getting good rain. There's plenty of wheat. These cows, I don't know how they've survived. Food being the premium that it is. And again, we're patrolling around the map. We're waiting for the other guys to catch up. I'll be interested to see what Art brings out of the barracks this time. Now they've got some upgrades in. So it looks like technology-wise, Art may have an advantage. We are going to see, but... And population is almost exactly the same. Again, this game could go either way. Keeping an eye on Vicious and his squad coming in. We've got these militiamen. And they're quite powerful in this game, so don't underestimate them. They don't look like much. They just look like they run around with little wooden sticks. Art is allowed to let a couple of these buildings go down, not bringing out the forces too early. We'll see what the strategy is, but we're losing a lot of barracks here, but there was no production coming out of any of them. So it may not be that bad. Guardian Tower goes down. But here comes Art. Waited for the archers to be in the right position and they're coming into sideswipe. So this is high level looking at this because there is so much going on up the top. We've got militiamen going over against the heavy spears. We've got archers against archers. But I'm suggesting there's more archers and there's militiamen taking out buildings as well as we go. Vicious is definitely taking an advantage in this game. Able to pull some archers back. And now running away, but they could have stayed there and taken that, but there must be a plan. There's more units coming in. Well, we got crossbows coming in with the archers now. That will make this force a lot more powerful. And what is coming up behind? Still more crossbows. Just quickly. Oh, do we have time? No, we don't have time. I just want to go check something out in a second. Are you going to stand there for a tiny bit? Nope, we're going in. So we'll stay with these guys. And look at them. Militiamen, crossbows, and archers. There's one barracks down. Population-wise, it is so close. Oh, we've got elephants. We got elephants. I think we're going to be pushing across the map to take out the main building. We will get our eyes on that in a second, but check this out over here. We've got plenty of fishing going on. So, Art has decided to get the food off the water. I'd say Vicious got a glimpse of what was happening there. Don't need to know about messages because I can't read that language and I don't know what's being said, so I just don't need that coming up. And, you know, there's all sorts of slurs or anything going out. I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but my experience with War Selection is that the community isn't that toxic. You know, always in every game you're going to get the one odd person that is going to carry on like a bit of a pork chop. But, you know, that is what it is. This is not League of Legends. Funny comment I read about League of Legends one day. If I get an opportunity, I will tell you about that. I don't think too much. Oh, that one shot of that building. There's probably not much health left on it. Let's just check that out. Oh, yeah. It's not going to last too long. So we got the catapults out. And are these elephants going to come in and do the damage? So these are siege. Elephant rammers. Now, if they can get in, like in the last game we saw, Art tried to snipe the main building with just going in there with spearmen. Now we've aged up a bit. We got some heavier units, but will they make it across the map in time? Will they make it across the map at all? Now these war elephants are just getting absolutely hammered by the militiamen, and we've got that unit down. Oh, they've got to stop this. Vicious has seen the attack coming. But all these guys, can they walk across the map? Will they just make it? They're just stomping down on a couple of these units. They got to walk around them. I thought they could walk over the top of them, but there you go. But the musketeers are out. There's only two of them at the moment, though. The two musketeers, they're having a crack. And the elephants are still coming, and they're thinning out the numbers. This is... Oh, could this actually work? So we got muskets, and the muskets are now turned into scythes. And this is what it's all about, right here. But now all of a sudden, Vicious, his plan to put his town all the way down here is looking very, very smart. But let's just see. You just watch what these do to these houses. 2 swipes and it's gone. Let's just check what this is doing population-wise. What it's meaning is that Vicious won't be able to rebuild as quick. So if they lose units right now, that unit is off the map permanently because it can't replenish it. So whatever damage these elephants up here are doing is actually causing long-term damage at the moment. Long-term damage to Vicious. This could get very interesting very quickly. But the cannons are taking out these war elephants. And this push across the map has ended horrendously at the moment, but in saying that, we have a lot more coming out. And we are also upgrading. So let's see what happens next. I think I have a little bit of time. So I was reading this thing about people being toxic in games and everything, and I read this comment about League of Legends, this was. And someone was bemoaning the fact that they jumped into a game and it was, you know, the worst experience. And someone in the comments said, no, that was not my experience at all. I was playing one of my very first games of League of Legends, and the community was very helpful. In fact, one of my teammates said that I'm going to come over to your place, teach you to be a better player, and then murder you. And I thought, well, that's pretty funny. And apparently that does sum up many people who play League of Legends. But if you have a different experience, let me know. League of Legends is not something I think I'll be casting on this channel just quietly. One, because I don't know enough about it. And 2, I've seen how those guys commentate. I'm be prepared to give it a go. If someone wants me to go to the League of Legends Worlds, I can shoutcast with the best of them. But I prefer real-time strategy. Hence, this is why I'm here. Now, Vicious is pushing across the map. But again, not diving in too hard. We've now got armoured elephants. And the elephant rammer still, but armoured elephants are a bit more tanky than what they had before. And are we going to just go for it? Well, they have to come out because there's no point in sitting there. I just think there's too much here for Vicious. And Vicious is able to replenish their units. And so as they go down now, they'll be able to get them back up. But going after these cannons is a very smart idea. But it's cost virtually all of the elephants just to get across, to get to them. And I'd say it's looking like down it goes. I'm not going to call it too early, but I think the official winner of the Axe Cup is going to be Vicious. The Vicious Bush or the Evil Bush. These elephants are probably thinking, well, they're definitely evil. Being pushed back in, I just don't see enough coming out for Art. It was definitely a different strategy in this game, and it almost worked. And I would have to say also that good game both all round. If I can get more games like this, let me know where I can find them. Because this to me was very fun to watch, very fun to cast. And I'm looking for this type of game. So let me know where it's at. And as I may have mentioned before, but Little Prince sent me these games. He's the organizer of the Axe Cup. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope I did the games justice in the casting. I have still work in progress, still getting... working out a few things with the setup and everything like that. But this is a long-term project for me. I will be here for the long haul. And I do want to promote games that I enjoy playing. And I'm certainly not this good at War Selection as these players are. But I can appreciate good gameplay. And that is what it's all about. And I do believe more eyes get on this game, the better it would be. And I would say it is an absolute shame there is no RTS at the World Championship. And why this game didn't make it, well, I think that's a miss by the people in the gaming community. Because this game would have definitely made everyone sit up and take notice. Because it is different. As you see, unlike so many other games that try to... I don't know I do know what I'm trying to say. Don't know what the words I'm looking for. But so many games out there try to say there's all these different strategies. But in this game, there definitely is. And we saw a clash of strategies in this one. Someone went for the tankier units, and it could have worked. Except Vicious just had those few more units to take out the bigger units before they could do any damage. And as we see now... they have reached that point in their technology where there's really little or nothing left that Art can do, but just try and make a game of it. So this best of 3, I am calling it now, is going to go 2-0. Oh. They're going to come in. They're not giving up because there's no point in stopping now. There's no return match. if Vicious takes this down, which I'm pretty sure he will, as the Axe Cup done and dusted. But they're trying. But the elephants just can't stand up to this amount of muskets. That is the building they're looking for there. And it's looking like Art has said good game. He's just taken out pretty much all of his units. He's saying good game. You've won it. Take down that last building. They're not doing too much damage, but they will get there eventually. And these cannons at the back aren't shooting in. Here we go. Now it's going down. Taking out their own units now. We'll see this one down. I suppose it's a good way to debrief. Yeah, you get the win, you get to just sit and enjoy it a little. You lose, well, you get to just reflect on what could have been. But regardless, as I said earlier as well, thank you so much to everyone who played this game. Thank you everyone involved in sending me these games. I really enjoyed it. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, give us a subscribe, give us a like. Go check out the War Selection Discord as well. And if you have never played the game, jump on in and grab it. It's free to play. So give it a look. Have a go. It's fun. I'm Owen. You've been watching RTS Casting. And until the next one, be kind to one another. And a huge congratulations to Vicious. And also thank you to Art for providing a good game. This is Owen. And yeah, I think I'm out. That is me. Catch you in the next one.